Hey guys, Bullet here. I just have a few RU matches today, a few replays with a cool team that I built around Siglif. And let me just say, man, like the second game that I have for you guys is like one of the first times in a long while that a game of Pokemon actually got my heart pumping hard for like in a long time. Another thing I want to say, I have a few new subscribers, so big thanks to you guys for checking me out, liking what you see, and I hope you enjoy your stay here on my channel. And I hope you like the content that I will produce in the future for, I don't know, however long I'm doing this. And also, let me give a shout out to, my old subscribers too that are still watching, because you guys are awesome for sticking around this long, and I really appreciate it. It always makes me feel fuzzy inside when I post a video and you guys just kind of watch it and enjoy it, because I don't know, it makes me happy. Because even if I don't do anything else that day, it feels like I at least have had a reason to wake up. So that's really cool of you guys, so thank you. Alright, this team, Siglif, I'll just run down the team during this replay. I won't actually commentate it, I guess, but Life Orb Siglif is really cool. I've been thinking about putting Energy Ball on it. I have Psyshock, Air Slash, Shadow Ball, and Heat Wave. Drapion was really needed because like this team was really weak to Dark and Ghost, so I decided I needed something to resist those. Not as weak to Dark actually, now that I'm looking at it, because I do have Virizion and Hitmonlee to kind of balance it out. Virizion is just really good. Steelix is really good. I threw on Jellicent because I don't really have much for Delphox, and I freaking hate Delphox in this tier. And then Hitmonlee because I'm playing RU. I also want to ask you guys, man, if you play RU, if you don't play RU, then you probably don't want to answer this because you're probably not very educated in it. No offense, but like, you're probably not. That sounds bad. I'm not trying to insult y'all, man. I'm trying to say that you probably won't have an opinion because you don't play it. That sounds better, okay. If you could ban any Pokemon from RU right now, what would it be? Because for me, I think it'd either be Delphox or Tyrantrum. And I'm leaning more towards Tyrantrum. Delphox is just really selfish of me. I just really don't like Delphox, and that's why I would ban it. But Tyrantrum I think is actually somewhat broken. Like Scarf just outspeeds and pretty much kills everything. I think you do have to run Jolly to outspeed Jolteon. Let me do some math in my head real quick. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do have to run Jolly to outspeed Jolteon. But like Head Smash is just so powerful, and it has like 120, somewhere between 120 and 125 base attack. I remember it was some weird number somewhere between there. And Rock is just such a great offensive typing that's kind of hard to switch in. But yeah, I'd probably ban Tyrantrum if I could ban one Pokemon right now. But let me see in the comments what you guys think. I'm just going to end this game with a Psyshock, so that's really cool. This was the game I was talking about that actually got my heart pumping hard. And then after this, I have a team with a match with a pretty cool Sun team against a pretty cool Sun team. I'm still using the same team because that's what I do in my videos. I use the same team throughout a video. It's like Quillfish, Quillfish, all it does is taunt and then spikes, and every now and then it'll get off a Scald, and maybe a Destiny Bond or a Thunder Wave if it has time to, right? So he's just going to taunt, get up that spike. Like, I have hazard control. I'm doing air quotes right now. I know you guys can't see it because I don't have face cam in Hitmonlee. But I hardly ever actually use Rapid Spin on Hitmonlee because it's so frail that it's kind of hard to find an open turn with it to do so. And even if I found an open turn to do so against this team, which I'm not, he has Spiritomb. So the free turn will probably consist of him switching to his Spiritomb to block the spin. So these hazards are pretty much going to be here the whole game, which makes me sad. And that crit might have mattered. I don't know. I'm not going to run the calc on it because it doesn't matter too much really. And yeah, I could have gotten off a little bit of extra damage, but like whatever, I guess. Alright, right here I set up SD with Virizion. If this isn't Scarf Delphox, it's pretty much a game. But of course it is, because if it wasn't, then this wouldn't be a very entertaining video, would it? If it was just me sweeping with Virizion. Actually, Close Combat has like it's a roll after rocks, but it's it's about a 50-50 roll. So it was a good chance it was just game. And I don't really have a switch into this Rhyperior, so I'm just going to kind of get up a T-Spike and kind of let Drapion bite the dust. As he brings out Shiftry, sacks it. I think this is where he goes to Hitmonlee, right? I'm pretty sure this is where he goes to Hitmonlee. I'm positive I can live a knockoff, which I do. And just recover because I know it's going to do a lot less next time. And right here you're going to see that I recover a lot of times in a row because I'm playing with rolls. I accidentally said roll when I meant to say row and it sounded weird. But I am playing with the rolls, I'm playing with crits, and as soon as he gets a high roll, I'm pretty much dead. And he actually is running the good set Adamant Life Orb. People on the ladder seem so adamant about running that fake out unburdened set, and I think it's absolutely awful. I do switch out that time because I wasn't willing to risk the last roll because it was doing a little bit more than 50%, and I was not willing to risk it because Jellicent is absolutely my win condition after I get rid of the Spiritomb, which is going to be a task, but I'm going to be able to do it. He sucker punches me. I really thought about Mach Punching just to style on him, but me saying that doesn't mean much for this video now in hindsight. I recover and he taunts me, and I'm positive he's going for a sucker punch, but I need Jellicent to finish this game. I do not need Sigilyph as badly. He goes to Rhyperior, and I've been thinking about putting an Energy Ball on this thing, but I just haven't been able to bring myself to do it. I think if I were to do it, I'd get rid of Shadow Ball, because the main reason I had Shadow Ball was the ideology of that was I didn't have Jellicent on the team yet, so I would live a Fire Blast and then hit him with a Shadow Ball, and that's how I'd handle Delphox. But now I have Jellicent, so I think I could make that change with Energy Ball instead of Shadow Ball. Delphox comes in, Psy-Shocks me. The better play here was to recover in case in case that Skull didn't kill, but I was fairly positive it would. And if it didn't, then Poison would have. So that was a good game. Jellicent really came through there. And this was just a really good oopsie daisy. I accidentally go to another tab. I accidentally minimized it or something. I don't know what happened there, but y'all saw my background. It's a weird picture of my girlfriend. Like a weird... Yeah. But that's a really good example of just knowing what your win condition is and preserving it. So, on to the next game, the Sun team. Alright. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that at the end of the last recording because now I have nothing to say here, and I feel like there needs to be something said here, and I have no idea what to say. I'm just going to click play and start commentating this. So, Sun is terrifying. But, I lead off with Sigilyph, and if he just gets up to Sunny Day, or she, because she has Hannah in her name, so I assume her name's Hannah. And if that was a Custat Berry Onyx and it went for a Stone Edge, I would have cried. But I have Jellicent, and it's a fairly reliable check to Typhlosion. I'm going to recover because I'm going to need it a lot later for Camerupt and Typhlosion. Spadef Drapion is okay-ish here. Okay-ish. I think I knock off here, right? Knock off its Life Orb? Yeah. And here I was pretty sure I was dying, so I just get up a T-Spike, but it was a pretty bad play because, man, this thing could have been dead. This thing could have been dead if it missed a Sleep Powder, which it did, so if I actually made the right play, it would have been dead and less of a problem, but actually I'm going to go to Sigilyph here. But I would have had Drapion for Death Fodder or something, you know? So, it's really important plays like that. Or it wasn't really important, but it would have been nice to have, you know, for quality of life. And surprisingly enough, a Life Orb Stab Air Slash does not kill Volbeat, which I was incredibly surprised by. It took it better than I thought it was going to. But Sigilyph did well and deserves a good rest. Got like 3 kills with the Onyx, the Volbeat, and the Victory Bell. I go with Steelix here, get up rocks to weaken the Typhlosion's Eruption, because Steelix is going to be relatively useless this game, because I do have Virizion to kind of check the Shiftry. And High Jump Kick just kills Camerupt. See, that's why Adamant Life Orb is the good set on Hitmonlee. I swear, dude. I swear. So I'm going to bring in Jellicent here on this Typhlosion, and it's what I do every time. Like 10 out of 10 times, I would do that play, bring in Jellicent on this. Skull, don't get any damage really, and don't get the burn either. But I do have Virizion for Shiftry. pretty much straight up walls it unless it's running like something weird like extra sensory, which I don't think is a thing because it shouldn't be. And she goes to Typhlosion, reveals the Scarf Typhlosion. I thought it was Specs, but looking back, that damage on Jellicent wouldn't have made sense if it was Specs. I went to Stripes instead of Jellicent because I was curious how much Mach Punch did, and to my surprise, Fire Blast does not knock me out, and I'm going to be able to finish the game with my boy Stripes. So that was definitely a close game. Sun teams, really weather teams in general, are always really scary to me because it's just like I use balance a lot, and weather teams just tend to do really well against balance or offense. Really, anything that's not complete stall, weather teams tend to do pretty well against. So that's the video for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to hit like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're yet to do so for more content similar to this. And don't forget to respond to that question I posed earlier. If you could ban one Pokemon from RU right now, what would it be? I want to see some comments about that. Alright, I'm out, guys. Bye, Z's.